Yo, what's up, traders? Today I want to talk about areas of interest. It's one of my favorite tools I use in my trading. Basically, I implement it in various strategies, so I think it can be useful for a lot of you guys as well. If you like this sort of content, leaving a like, sub, and comment is very much appreciated. I also have a Discord where yeah, you can ask questions or just meet other like-minded people. So without further ado. Areas of interest are basically support and resistance areas. Basically, they're areas that are well respected and they act as support or as resistance. And today I want to teach you how to basically find them and how to use them. This is, by the way, the tool I use. It's this little rectangle on TradingView. You can basically, I'll go through it fast so you can just pause the video, basically just blue 25%, blah blah blah. But I like this. You can make it however you prefer it. Basically, an area of interest for me has to have at least 3 touches where price had a really strong reaction from. So what I mean with strong touches, I mean this, for instance, here it has like a clear reaction from it and it bounces off like very high, right? Like very far away. Here there's no reaction, but then it sort of goes above it again, retests, and then it goes up. So here it acts as support, here it acts as resistance. Then we go under it a little bit, retest, and it goes again. But the more important touches are this one, this one, this one. Like out of all these, they've been acted as resistance. Basically, the area has acted as resistance. Here, massive bounce, massive bounce, massive bounce. So basically, very simple how you can trade it. If you've already seen this one, you've seen this one, you've seen this one, then basically whenever price reaches it again, you can, well, as soon as you notice a rejection candle on it, um, you can say with well, pretty high, how do you say it, percentage, that price will likely bounce off it and you can potentially trade it, especially when it has sort of a retest as well, like it has here. Then, as you can see, prices move down like so many pips, like crazy after retesting it again. Um, the way I do it, I check the weekly time frame, for instance, because the weekly is well, I check the monthly, but I don't really draw lines on the monthly. So whenever I'm on the weekly, I just look for areas that are actually like significant for the, well, the period we're in right now, right? Like it doesn't really make sense to draw an area here unless you're going for a really strong or really long-term trade. Then it doesn't really make sense to draw an area here. So you're basically looking for an area within sort of your sort of price area. So for instance, this one sticks out, right? Because it moves up, goes down from it. So you can see, like, is this an area or is this just a random coincidence? And a lot of times you find that if you draw it back, that there are multiple touches on that area as well, because price doesn't really act randomly often. So for instance, we just literally saw this one, right? And out of that, we drew an area on it just to check. And what do we see? Like it got tested here, bounced off, sort of tested, it like struggled here, bounced under. And then like the area isn't perfectly placed. I think it would be best to move it a little bit higher, like this, probably the best. And then you see how many touches it has, right? Like it rejects from here, but goes down, it pushes through, and then acts as support, and shoots up. Here it's struggling, but it ends up going through, acts as resistance, goes down, acts as resistance, goes down, struggling, breaks through, and then retests it again to act as resistance again, basically. So yeah, this is a well-respected area on the weekly time frame. As you can see, recently it has like had a bounce of it as well. And then sometimes I check the, well, often I check the daily as well for areas, but it really depends on what time frame you trade. Like if I'm looking for trades on the 4-hour time frame, I basically look for areas on the weekly and daily time frame. But let's say I'm trading the 1-hour time frame, right? Or like even lower time frame for the scalpers out there, right? Like let's say you want to trade a 15 minutes, there are going to be areas on the 15-minute as well that you can probably draw up and sort of look for. For instance, this was an area like you've seen it struggle, you've seen it struggle here, and then if you were looking to sort of break break and retest trade this, you could basically just trade it like you would have potentially entered here on this little nice little retest, and you had like a nice little trade, or you could have waited for it to break like even further, but you had like a nice little trade on your hand. So this is how you can basically use it in practice. So yeah, you can basically use it on any time frame, any pair. Like this is another pair. This is USD JPY, and then this one instantly sticks out to me, like it has multiple rejections. So basically what I really like to do is whenever I notice it's sort of being acted as resistance here and it breaks through, basically you can set sort of an alarm and wait for it price to sort of test it again. And most of the time, whenever it's sort of freshly acting as support or freshly acting as resistance, so like for the first time, it tends to be pretty strong in my opinion. So you could have like entered off here after sort of this rejection candle. You can even go for the lower time frame, wait for like a shift of structure or like an engulfing candlestick or whatever. I prefer dojis, but yeah, so basically here it's acts as resistance, 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 breaks through, acts as support, and you can look for those sort of trades. And for instance here it's under the area again, so I would be pretty much looking for shorts from this basically. Also it has like a nice little rejection from it. Oh, actually I am in this short. I would be looking for shorts. Well, I'm actually in this short. I drew it up here. Like I'm actually in this short, so that's a little coincidence. But yeah, basically that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this is clear. If you have any questions, you can join the Discord or ask me in the comments. It's just a tool that I use that I really think that works really well. It's fairly similar to support and resistance. No, not support and resistance. Demand and demand and supply zones. They're a little bit different, but pretty similar. So yeah, I think they work well as like extra confluences in strategies, or you can use as sort of your main confluence in an area of interest strategy. I use it in combination with the 50 EMA, for instance, and shifts of structure and just candlestick reading. But areas of interest are basically my strongest sort of tool. So yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you like this sort of content, and supporting the channel is very much appreciated. Thanks so much, and I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.